My name is Harold Parker. I am an employee of McAbee Construction. This month is my 40th continuous year. I'm proud to say that. A typical day for me is not as stressful as it used to be. I've actually had every job here, including sweeping the floor. Well, obviously we work in the construction industry, and we work a lot with the construction trades people who have training and are skilled craftsmen. They come with all different types of training. For example, you might be working with a pipe fitter, you might be working with a welder, you might be working with a carpenter, an electrician, or perhaps an iron worker. Each and every one of those have specific trade-related skills, and they all come from different backgrounds. I might be working in Tuscaloosa, Alabama today, and I might be working in Augusta, Georgia next week, or perhaps even in Florida, or maybe as far north as Indiana. So you're going to run into a lot of different people, and you've got to be able to work with different types of people. We have an old saying around here that you might not like the person you're working with, but you certainly got to work with them, and you got to work as a team. McAbee Construction really values teamwork. Because that's how we get things done. We don't look for individuals. We look for people who are willing to work together in a team and collaborate on how to get the job done. You know, and like I said, we've got people here who are engineers, and they're different disciplines within the engineering. It's absolutely critical that you get along and work with all of those folks on the team. And perhaps the most important one is the owner and the person that you're doing the work for. I think, we saw a guy out here just a while ago that you knew, but he was our customer, and even though I know him personally, I still have to remember he's my customer. I still have to remember that I work for him and that his word is law for me. That's the collaboration between him and us. So that's the kind of thing we're looking for here. We have a definite process, and I'll use our fabrication department as our example. From the time a project is initiated here, we have a set of specifications that come in. We have a requirement for documentation, and that is a huge thing in today's world. Over the past years, things happened where the quality of components weren't up to what our buyers of the world need. So now they really want to know where a component comes from, and I'm going to, my words, out of the dirt. They want to know where the metal was mined. Maybe not to that depth, but when we buy something to weld a piece together, we got to know where that welding electrode came from, or that welding wire that you saw out there. We have to track it and know exactly where we put this lot of material into that component within one of our plants. And so you might see some in the background. I'm not sure what's showing right now, but each and everything on there that you see has a unique number. It's actually tracked on iPad, and it's compiled and given to the customer so that he has a complete data package, and he has to be able to see what it is that he has bought, and it has to be identifiable all the way back to this beginning. Doing the work has the same kind of credentialing that is required. Every welder out there has a certain set of welding procedures that they can use. They have tested to be able to produce a document and a record of their performance that says they can do that welding procedure in accordance with what the document says. And once they do that, they're allowed to work on the job. Then their progress over a project is measured every day. They're subject to X-ray, they're subject to all kind of quality type of things, and so if they have a bad day and they have bad welds, it counts against them. And so that person could, it's rare, but could get to a point where you have to take a step back, take a breath, say, you work over here on this set of procedures, and let's do some training to get you better on that one. Well, you're speaking about leadership. The thing that in my years here at McAbee Construction is you always wind up being in a leadership capacity. Every person here at some point is expected to be a leader. We really don't care for followers. We are looking for people who are willing to lead in the workplace. As a matter of fact, with the REALSKILL thing that we're talking about here, that's one of the things I really like about the progression that you're using. The young people have that first phase where they are led through it during orientation, and then they carry it on their own initiative out to where they can bring something to me as an employer and say, here's who I am. You never know what leadership position you're going to be put in at McAbee. I mean, they're going to come to you and say, hey, I need you to go do this. They don't want you to tell you, I don't know if I can do that. And the answer is yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. No matter what your skill level is, if you're not here, you're not helping us. You may be the best in the world, but if you're not here, you're not helping us. And me and everybody here who works for McAbee are here, and we are selling our time and our abilities to that company, in this case being McAbee. And if there's any way possible, we need you here. The hours of the day are set. That's a responsibility that we all have to do. We expect you to work safe. That is the number one thing at McAbee Construction. You've got to work safe. We have rules that we follow. Cell phone at the wrong time will give you an opportunity to find the door. Being late to work. You know, you might be 30 minutes late. Well, that has caused our supervision to have to go out and to reevaluate how they were planning on working that day. Because everything out there is tied together, and every person out there is part of that process and that procedure. And so it's very important that you're willing to do that. And a huge thing for us, you can't work in our company if you're on the crazy stuff, if you're on the drugs. You've got to be able to pass a drug test. Everybody in this building and who works for McAbee will have to do a drug test. The man who started it is 89 years old. He thinks he's 20, and I'm proud to see him every day. And he'll be the first in line.